What's going on, guys? Fuller here from Custom Offsets TV on YouTube with Rainey for another episode of This or That. But before we get into it, the people that sign my paychecks want me to tell you that we've got this hoodie that enters you to win wheels and tires, and that hoodie, which is brand new, vintage hoodie, giveaway hoodie. They're on the website. We probably put the links in the description. I'm guessing you can just click on them to find them. Let's get into it.
2019 Ram Rebel or 2019 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro?
Ooh. This is a tough one for me because everybody knows that I love Toyotas and the TRD platform, whether it be on a Tacoma or a Tundra. But I also just got to take I think it was a 18, maybe 17 Ram Rebel out. I had not followed these at all before and just thought it was like this appearance package that was not that cool. But then we did some serious wheeling and I was kind of impressed. And it's on A-Ride, which scares me for wheeling, but we got over a lot of stuff. We had a GX 470 or 460, 470 that was lifted and had wheels, tires, the whole shebang. And then we had a Power Wagon out there, and then this stock Ram Rebel, and went through just as much.
It's not a hard choice, man. The TRD Pros are super cool. I own a Ram 2500. They're cool. They're great. Between the two, though, TRD.
So although I just explained everything about the Ram, I still would pick the TRD. I think you get more features with the TRD Pro. Did they say TRD Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're sick, and they offer them in a couple of really sweet colors that I like too. And I can't explain it. I just really like the TRDs.
See, I haven't driven the newer Rams, especially the Rebels, but the TRD Pros have the sand control, hill control, hill descent.
And I'm guessing somebody's going to tell us that the Rebel has all of that too, but because I know they're pretty well optioned, but they're just not. I don't know. It's not the same as Toyota, and Toyota's just got the history of being really decent at off-road, whereas the Ram Rebel, I guess I'm not personally aware of anybody that's oh yeah, when it comes off-roading, Dodge, Ram, Fiat Chrysler Group, that's the way to go. I haven't heard that personally, but that's just me.
Curb your wheels or wall your bumper?
Oof. Can you stop that?
I've done both. The way it sits now with my truck, I definitely hit another wall with a bumper. Bumpers, I feel, are cheaper to replace than a wheel.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But then at the same time, anytime I look at the prices of wheels, I go on the website, I look at prices of wheels, you're always looking at a set of 4. Yeah. Because if you're just getting one wheel, it's not that expensive. I mean, depending on what wheel, I would expect to pay anywhere from $250 all up to $1,000 a wheel, depending on what you have, obviously. And bumpers, depends.
Painted, they're pricey. Chrome, they're $195.
And you can probably get them, you can get it off a takeoff or find one on eBay that's used.
I'd bumper it.
I think I'd rather curb my wheels. I don't know. I feel like you also can't just wall a bumper. There's gonna be other things that are wrong with your truck. But I guess if you just take the bumper into the wall, nothing else is wrong with it, then maybe I'd go with a bumper because it'd be easier to replace too. Wheel, you gotta pull the tire off. Now your truck's out of commission while the shop unmounts it, and then they gotta remount it, and you probably gotta buy a TPMS sensor.
Yep.
So I guess we'll put our trucks in the wall.
1998 Ford Expedition or 2019 Chevy Suburban?
I feel like that's a silly question. I would take a 2019 Suburban.
Yeah.
A 98 Expedition? My mom had one. I think it was a 99. Had the 4.6 in it. And I believe in that year you could get a 4.6 or the 5.4. I might be wrong on that. I'm not an expert on 98 Expeditions, but I would take a 2019 Suburban.
Yeah.
Reliability, comfort,
newer,
interior creature comforts,
not Ford's worst
style.
That was Ford's worst generation of anything.
They went through a couple rough years. They had some interesting style choices.
Low tow capacity, low load capacity.
Spark plugs that go flying out of the Suburban.
Chrome wheels on a white truck or chrome wheels on a black truck?
I think chrome on white is too light. I think it's just maybe it's from a photography standpoint or videography standpoint. Anytime you're like trying to expose for a white truck, the truck's so bright and the wheels are so bright and it just throws light everywhere. And I don't really like that, I guess. I would rather see chrome wheels on a black truck, but it's gotta be a Denali or a Platinum or something that has silver or chrome trim on it as well. You can't like black out your whole truck and then throw chrome wheels on, because then it just doesn't like go with the theme.
I will agree with that. So like Denali's a really good example because they usually come with like the blacked out grille, the black, it ties around all the black around it, but they still have like the chrome badging, sometimes chrome trim, which looks great. But you're gonna find this year.
You might be able to hear that, you might not be able to. We're gonna keep going though.
This year's gonna be huge with white trucks and chrome wheels. The Instagram has been showing that a lot lately. The 5th gen Rams, lots of white and chrome. It looks good, but yeah, photo-wise, like I don't take photos, but you can tell the people that do, they put a lot of time into not having an overexposed truck because that much lightness in one photo just blends the whole thing into one big mush.
The new Rams I've seen on chrome or polished wheels, and then I've also seen a couple, I think an F250 or F350, an all whiteout one that's reverse leveled on American Forces, and like, yeah, it looks good. I can't argue that, but if I got to pick between one or the other, I'd go with the black truck.
I'd go with white just because I've seen a few Rams and they look sweet, but I also like black.
Gladiator on 40s or Wrangler on 35s?
I'm not a fan of either, but I'd definitely take a Gladiator on 40s if it's got supporting mods.
Which you'd have to. You need a lift kit for that. You're gonna want to re-gear it because I would say that the Jeeps are not overpowered by any means, but I would take the Wrangler on 35s. I think it's a bit more usable than a Gladiator on 40s. I like the way they look though. Once you get a Gladiator on 40s, they finally look proportionate, because otherwise, especially in stock form, they got these itty bitty like 17-inch wheels on there with probably like 29 or 31-inch tires, and they just look way too long for the wheel size, but on 40s, they look about right. But if it's for me, I'm gonna pick that Wrangler. You lose the truck bed, but the truck bed on the Gladiator is small also, so I don't know.
I think my choice for 40s is, like you said, they come with very small wheel tires set up stock. But if you have like, I feel like you'd have to go with bigger axles to run 40s, just because that's a lot of weight on those tiny little, I think like Dana 44s. They're tiny axles.
I don't even know if they're that. They might be like 30s or something.
But if you'd have to re-gear because those little V6s don't make power.
What if you get the Turbo 4?
Yeah, that too. Lots of power there.
What if you get the new diesel that's coming out?
If that happens, I'm in.
It's still probably gonna be a 4-cylinder turbo diesel, but.
Like if I'm not gonna buy it, but I'd totally try and do it.
If someone's going to gift us one,
We'll put it on 40s.
I'm sure we'll see plenty of Gladiators at SEMA. I don't know if this video's coming out after SEMA, probably. So I'm guessing we saw a whole bunch of Gladiators at SEMA, because I think there's gonna be a lot of them there.
Between the 5th gens, well, the new Silverado and Sierra 2500s, and then.
Yep, 2020 HD trucks, 19 Ram trucks, Gladiator trucks. You're gonna see a lot of those.
Big 3.
C30 bagged or C30 bagged or K30 lifted?
How about an AC 130 inbound? What was the question? I was too focused on the joke as soon as you said C30 that I forgot the rest.
C30 bagged or K30 lifted?
Oh, that's so hard.
C30 bagged. I want an even bigger truck. Like I saw this slick Volvo flat nose. It's for sale right down the road. And I was like, I should get that, slam it, put like a flat deck on it and make that like a car hauler / shop truck. That's what I'd go with.
I feel like if I wouldn't have just bought my Cummins, I'd buy a big K30 because it's a crew long, Cummins swap it. But I already have a Cummins now, which is big and long. That's what she said.
I was gonna say it.
So I think we go with the C30. Justin here in town had that one that Jake built him, that tan one. I don't know if you remember that as a dually, and now it's a single rear wheel.
I remember this like
slick.
light blue one.
Yeah,
was
that light blue.
Yeah.
It's excessively large. It's
huge.
Probably not fun to drive. I'm sure the turning radius is as bad as mine. But I mean, a big C30 aired out would be pretty dope to have for anything that's not required.
Bonus Last question. Chick-fil-A or KFC?
KFC, man.
Chick-fil-A.
That mashed potatoes and gravy.
Chick-fil-A.
And KFC's open on Sundays.
So like you bring up good points because KFC does have mashed potatoes and gravy, which is nice, right? And they have like that big giant bucket of chicken for $20. So you can get a lot of food for not a lot of money. And they're open 7 days a week. But the people at Chick-fil-A are so nice. And they have sweet tea, which I love. And they have good lemonade as well. And then I would bring in the Chick-fil-A sauce as an argument. But here's my problem with Chick-fil-A sauce. I feel like it's just ketchup, mayo, and barbecue sauce all mixed into one.
You can't give out the secret recipe.
I don't have the secret recipe. I'm just saying I feel like that's all it is, and it's a little bit overhyped. Like Brad, we went to Tennessee. I took Brad with me. He like lined his pockets with Chick-fil-A sauce to bring back because we didn't have a Chick-fil-A. We just got one now. But I didn't think it was that good. I don't know, prove me wrong. You can talk about it in the comments. Why don't you argue it out, KFC versus Chick-fil-A? Or if you're watching this and you're from KFC corporate or Chick-fil-A corporate, we've got about 80, 85 people here, 3989 East Endeavor Drive. Bring the chicken.
We'll have a contest. We'll have people blindfold test.
Yes, it's gonna be a good time. Anyways, if you guys want to drop your questions below for the next episode of this one, you can do that, or just argue about the chicken like I mentioned. Check us out online, wheelstarsuspension, customallsets.com. That's the plug. Peace.